This is the first of 3 webinars, and let's get started. So, for those of you meeting me for the first time, my name is Jafar Al-Simawi, and I will be your presenter this afternoon. I'm an application engineer here at DMO Solutions, and I will be taking you through the latest features and enhancements that this release has to offer. So let's get straight into it. For the purpose of this presentation, I'm going to highlight what's new through this particular case study you see on the screen, this assembly. It's an incredible assembly designed and built by Square Robot. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with the company, Square Robot is a Boston-based startup who created this robot for the purpose of inspecting petroleum storage tanks. So through using robotics, and through using SOLIDWORKS, they were able to reduce costs for their customers while improving accuracy. And as you could probably tell, this design is focused largely on safety and reliability and can function in unique environments, essentially eliminating the need for human inspection. Now, going through the agenda of these presentations, as I dissect this assembly from Square Robot, I will be covering expanded functionality, enhanced performance, and show you SOLIDWORKS Desktop in action across this webinar and the next. And in the third webinar, I will touch on the future of collaborative design, covering cloud-based collaboration, next-level validation, and cloud-based design, introducing you to the 3DEXPERIENCE platform. Now, before showing you SOLIDWORKS in action and demonstrating what's new this year, let's just go over an overview of what's new. Now, regarding expanded functionality, this new release introduces some assembly modeling delighters, such as allowing for better mate and pattern control, and enabling the creation of Excel-based interference reports and curve length-driven chain patterns. Regarding assemblies, this release introduces the ability to save defeatured versions as configurations and sees faster file open times, as well as an improved graphics performance. For part design, redoing up to 60 features is now possible, and so is creating edge flanges on non-planar edges. Equations in file properties are now also possible, and so is the ability to use the color picker anywhere, even on external applications. For user experience, SOLIDWORKS comes packed with enhancements that make it even easier to use and more customizable this year. We'll see an improved color picker, a command search within the customized dialog, a collapsible command manager, which gives you more space to work, and semi-transparent dimensions that make it easier to select entities when dimensioning. Offering a more robust simulation, SOLIDWORKS simulation is not only easier to use this year, but sees some great improvements so you can get accurate results faster. With SOLIDWORKS Flow Simulation, the free surface option can now be used with rotating regions to take on more complex mixing projects. And with SOLIDWORKS Plastics, we see simplification of the setup, as well as the ability to solve even more manufacturing processes and materials. Now, onto performance. Every year at about this time, the SOLIDWORKS community gets together and waits with anticipation for the brand new tools and features that sort of give a compelling reason to upgrade, something like a new simulation tool, a surfacing feature, or even a sheet metal or weldment tool. But these features don't impact every SOLIDWORKS user, not like SOLIDWORKS's performance improvements. SOLIDWORKS has really focused on improving the performance of their software this year, ensuring that more of your time is spent on the design. So going through some key features here. Detailing mode enhancements allow for faster drawing creation with this mode enabling even more editing abilities. Regarding drawing performance, scanning, panning, and zooming are now faster, ensuring a more efficient workflow. For graphics performance, this new release sees improved occlusion culling and silhouette edges, relying more on your GPUs for faster frames. In assembly performance, faster operations, configuration switching, and automatic lightweight mode resolving will definitely all help you with the most complex assemblies. And now, if you are using SOLIDWORKS PDM, you know that much of your speed comes from the efficiency of the database. SOLIDWORKS 2021 offers performance improvements that make most of your daily file operations and workflows faster. So these operations like check-in, add files, change state, open, save, and destroy. And okay, now that we've seen some of the highlights and the overview, let's dive in and see SOLIDWORKS in action. Now, as you see there on the left, there are a lot of sections, and each section shown here has several different demonstrations which highlight different features and enhancements. But for the purpose of time, I will be focusing on the essential enhancements that benefit all of you watching. I will cover user experience and parts in this session, and assemblies and drawings in the next session. And by the way, if you are interested in any of these other powerful products, just be sure to contact us at DMO Solutions. And I will leave my contact information at the end. I have a few demos to show you, so let's dive in. Now, oftentimes, customizing your user interface is a balance between minimizing clutter and having the right tools accessible when you need them. Working on this part, we know that we need to cut the part, the sketch, and then pattern that around our cut. However, the sketch and the part colors are similar. Changing these color settings has always been available, but in SOLIDWORKS 2021, a column of representative colors is shown, making it easier to find the item you would like to change. So we simply select the appropriate field, and let's maybe use a green color perhaps to make sketches more visible. And as you can see, there we are. Now, also new in SOLIDWORKS 2021 is the ability to collapse the command manager, really allowing you to reclaim as much screen real estate as possible. Moving the quick access tools to the command manager further optimizes wasted icons and space and helps you focus on your designs, and that is now possible. Now, all tools are still available using the tabs at the top of the screen, but a faster way to work would be to use the shortcut S key. And as you can see, it doesn't yet have the pattern command that we need, so no problem. We simply search for the command now, which is new to SOLIDWORKS 2021, and then drag and drop that into our shortcut S key, sorry. Now, this is a convenient way to customize any area of the SOLIDWORKS user interface, including the heads-up display toolbar, which you see me doing here. And now that we've set up our shortcut bar, finishing the design is really trivial. Notice how little the mouse must move to create this cut using the sketch and then pattern that around the center hole. Making a mistake is easy to correct using undo. And now with SOLIDWORKS 2021, redo is even more complete, allowing you to redo feature edits. And what this essentially means is that if you accidentally undo a feature, you won't have to spend any extra time recreating it, just simply redo. Now, with SOLIDWORKS 2021, you really no longer have to find the perfect balance between user interface and tool access. Just simply customize your workspace before starting your work using these new enhancements so that you can focus on your design. Now, on to parts. SOLIDWORKS 2021 introduces many enhancements to extend the already robust capabilities when working with parts. So let's focus on the parts that we want to work on and take a look at some enhancements to sheet metal, 3MF support, and some new capabilities for weldments and the structure system. I'm sure we'll run into other enhancements along the way. Now, to demonstrate some of these features, let's take a look at our case study, or more specifically, the robot space. Now, using display states, I can isolate the subassemblies I intend to work on, and as I'm showing you here, this LED part, the sheet metal part, and this enclosure. Now, when working with sheet metal parts, we have long been able to create an edge flange on curved edges like these on the right. But we were limited curved edges originating from planar faces. Now in SOLIDWORKS 2021, edge flanges can be created on curved edges originating from non-planar faces, such as those in the bend area. The preview shows how the edge flange will be created all the way around the part, and as you can see, familiar flange customization tools are available to help define the edge flange, such as length, angle flange dimensioning method, and flange position. This new flange looks great and is sure to provide more stiffness to the angle bracket, and of course it can be flattened, ready to be detailed and exported to the XF. Now this edge flange is great for structural integrity, but is also really useful for enclosure and guarding, such as this cover. This edge flange on the far side needs to protect the components of this navigation control unit. Now full editing capabilities are available, so we can change the direction of the flange as well as the angle to wrap around the internal components and keep them safe. This new edge flange capability along nonlinear edges really extends the robust sheet metal capabilities of SOLIDWORKS for many applications, such as adding stiffening ribs and enclosures. Now, as you can see in this LED light assembly, it contains parts of various colors, applied textures, and transparency, and this needs to be 3D printed. Now, in SOLIDWORKS 2021, support for export and import of 3MF files gets even better. Now, color, texture, and transparency are supported on export, and this information is now stored in the 3MF file to be used in additive manufacturing or other applications. When opening a 3MF file in SOLIDWORKS 2021, we now support many more appearances per facet and per vertex coloring, as well as textures and transparency can now be visualized when importing 3MF files as graphic bodies. Additive manufacturing really continues to rise in capability and rise in popularity, and SOLIDWORKS really continues to embrace this new technology. Now, moving on to the weldment environment, it is common to use various sizes of weldment members. The horizontal tubes in this frame are 2x2 square tubes, and the vertical tubes are 3x2 rectangular tubes. The weldment trim extend tool is used to trim the tubes to each other with various options for the corner type. The two end butt trim dictate how one trims to the other, and the miter trim bisects the angle between the two tubes, creating an equal angle miter trim. But since these tubes are of a different profile, the equal angle miter trim does not produce the desired result we want. In SOLIDWORKS 2021, there is a new option for miter trims, the flush trim, which sort of does just that. It trims the tubes so that they meet flush, and as you can see, the other vertical members are mirrored, so they update as well. Now this weldment will need to be painted, so let's edit the appearance and choose a color. We have a wide variety of colors to choose from on the color palette, or we can use the color spectrum to define a custom color. But oftentimes we need to choose specific colors that are dictated by a customer. Let's take a look at the Square Robot webpage, where we can learn all about their products and initiatives. But what we really want is the colors in their banner. And now in SOLIDWORKS 2021, there is an option for easily selecting colors that do not exist on the palette in SOLIDWORKS. Just drag the dropper icon over any area on the screen, and the color under that dropper is applied to the selection. For the vertical members, maybe we want a different color. Let's select several of these bodies, and again, drag the dropper to the orange color in the logo and apply that to the bodies. The new color picker works on any image displayed on the screen, including colors from popular paint vendors and color system websites. Now, custom properties are definitely a great way to store information about a document. Information such as description, creation date, or material that can be leveraged to automatically populate title blocks, bills of materials, and PDM. But sometimes it's necessary to calculate a result to define a custom property. And now in SOLIDWORKS 2021, equations are supported in custom properties. Simply choose equation as the property type, and you'll have access to the global variables, math functions, and other properties. For this weldment, we want to define an estimated cost that is based on the global variable, which is an estimated finished cost, and then multiply that by the mass of the part. And as you can see, this is now possible, giving us a result of 428.6. Equations can also be used in cut list properties as well. This plate in the cut list is used 4 times, and we want to know the total length of all the plates together. Again, we just simply define the property name, choose equation as the property type, and for this calculation, multiply the quantity of the plates by the length, which results in a total length of 20.52. Parts are really the foundation for creating assemblies and drawings, and with the new curved edge flanges, enhanced 3MF support, new weldment trims, the custom color selection tools, and equations in custom properties and cut lists, SOLIDWORKS really continues to embrace the already powerful capabilities when working with parts. So this sort of concludes our demonstration for today, but please be sure to tune in to the next one, scheduled 2 days from now on October the 29th, as I will be covering assemblies in depth. And as you can see, there's a lot of great new features to talk about. Now, not only will I demonstrate these features, but I'll also do a side-by-side comparison, showing you the speed and performance of SOLIDWORKS 2020 versus SOLIDWORKS 2021. And aside from assemblies, I will also be covering drawings in the next session and take you through the enhancements in detailing mode, a mode that will definitely provide a faster workflow. So yeah, seems like we finished quite ahead of time, but that's all right. If you have any questions regarding these new these new features, please just feel free to call or email me using my information here on the slide, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.